Good morning, lovely. I got a channeled message. I override my ego about once every 30 seconds. This path is about surrender, not holding on to what you know. This path is about letting go of what is familiar and walking in the darkness alone, without any idea where you are headed, but trusting in every step of the way because you know that you're guided by something higher. You know that it matters, and you know that you came here to do this. Don't let your ego talk you out of how powerful you are, or how important this mission is, or how useless it can be at times. The ego is not what is important right now. This moment is about surrender. So this message is for anybody who feels like they're being, Spirit's saying there's some new people awakening right now. So this is specifically for them, but it's also for all the people that have been going through this for a long time already. This process of ego death and spiritual awakening, where you feel like you're losing your mind, where your ego is so desperately trying to hold on to what it knows, to what it feels is important, and it's trying to keep you stuck in an old paradigm, because that is what the ego does. The ego doesn't want to expand. It doesn't want new. It doesn't want anything unknown. It just wants to stay in a regimented system. It wants to project a pattern and repeat it on a loop, like a machine, like a robot, like a computer. It doesn't have any desire to, explore or be a pioneer in life. It has a zero desire to take you new places and try new things, even if those new places are what you've wanted your entire life, even if those new things are things you've been praying for. Your ego will try to talk you out of all of it. And that is why this is not the era of the ego. This is the era of the heart. This is the era of the soul. And this is the era of giving up your power to something higher. And I know it's hard. And as a person who's been doing this full-time for a year, full-time, like without any other side notes, without anything else going on, this has been my path. And I'll tell you what it is mostly. Humbling. Humbling as fuck. Humiliating at times. Because when you're not in control, when your ego is not in control, you don't get to call the shots. And you don't get to choose when you're comfortable and when you're not. When you're relying on something higher, whether it's your higher self or God, whatever you believe in, you are essentially giving your power up to that higher power. And you are no longer the mastermind, the brain behind the operation. And as a person who's been self-employed successfully for the last, a long time, okay? At least 15 years. I can say that if I were in control right now, everything would be going differently. And by that, I just mean my ego would choose comfort and ease. My ego would have chosen to keep my old business and have a bunch of money padding my bank account, because that's what the ego wants, to feel comfortable. But what I'm learning is a new sense of comfort in the surrender, in knowing, there's a sense of comfort even in knowing that I'm not in charge, that I'm not supposed to figure it all out, that there's actually some other energy and essence that's guiding me forward, so I can just kind of unplug and plug into that. So please don't get stuck on this loop with your ego and letting it make demands of you and tell you who you are and what you're here to do. Don't let your ego control the show. And we all have plans. I had plans when I quit my last business. None of them came to fruition. Spirit had a whole different path laid out for me. And part of my job, part of your job, is to just unlearn, unravel so much of the conditioning of this life about productivity, about how we are here to be productive and our main source of value comes from that productivity. What if I told you that just like a deer or a bird, you are allowed to just exist and you are enough in your existence? What if I told you that part of your job is to release this idea that you are here to serve somebody other than yourself? You are here to serve God. And by the way, when I say that, I don't mean that you're not here to do nice things and be of service. You are. But you have to serve yourself first. And to serve yourself first, you have to serve something higher. Because your ego thinks that serving yourself first means making sure you have enough money in the bank account. Trust me, I'd love to have all that security. I know why our ego wants that. It's a survival mechanism. That's why this is such a hard process. And that's why people feel like they lose their minds at times. If you're one of these people who's been having visions or seeing into other dimensions, or you just can't, it's like the threads of your reality are just unraveling rapidly, and you feel like you're getting to know a whole new version of you, but nobody around you understands who you are. They don't get you. They look at you like you're an alien. If you feel like you've never really fit in, but you've been trying to kind of like, mold yourself in weird ways to just kind of blend in at least, this is for you. This is not an easy road, all right? There have been times when I honestly thought about giving up this whole life because of how challenging this road has been. And I just want you to know that if you are beating your head against a wall right now, it's most likely because your ego is the one struggling, not your soul. Your soul is at peace with everything unraveling the way it is. It's your ego that wants to be in control. It's your ego that's throwing a tantrum and telling you that you're going the wrong way. Thank you, Spirit. Your ego is like, no, you're going the wrong way. 555 on my timer. Thank you, Spirit. You are not going the wrong way. You're going the right way. This is the way that you were always meant to go. Don't let your ego talk you out of what you came here to do. Okay? You came here with a purpose. You have a purpose and a passion and a part of you that is unraveling right now, unlearning all the things that the world around you, society, your family, whatever, that they told you who you are. You're unraveling all of that right now. And you're learning who you really are. And who you really are is probably kind of scary because a lot of you guys have lived in the shadows. A lot of you guys have just wanted to be small, play small, disappear a little bit because it felt safer. If you felt attacked or villainized or bullied in your life, it's easy to feel like you just need to crawl into a hole and kind of disappear, and that's a safe thing. That's what your ego certainly wants. Because people misunderstand what ego means when I talk about it. It doesn't necessarily mean being pompous and proud. That is one of the symptoms of listening to your ego and being ego-based. But a lot of us don't want to be in the spotlight. A lot of us haven't been raised to think that we're something amazing and that that we're supposed to shine in front of everyone. Those people have a harder time overriding their ego for different reasons. More about, being humble, but also afraid. It's not just about humility. It's about being afraid of who you are truly. Being afraid of being powerful or beautiful or strong or talented or special, especially. I'm special. I don't want to be special. I just want to hide in a hole and be safe. That's what your ego is telling you. But you are special, and you came here to be special. You came here to show these parts of your soul to the world, whether through your music, your art, your content creation, whether through your spiritual teachings or your dance or your music, whatever it is that you bring to the table or all the above. If you're anything like me, you might have a lot of different things that call to you, and that's okay. You don't have to feel like you have to split your time evenly between them. All you need to do is start flowing with your heart. Don't think about it from a logical place, because your mind is only going to trick you into going back into old patterns of self-destruction, self-abuse, I'm hearing, self-sabotage. But that's okay, because you aren't going to get tripped up by your ego anymore. You know better. And if you don't, this is God guiding you, whatever you believe in. I don't usually use that word all the time, so there's definitely some people here who believe in God. This is for you. I believe in God. I just don't believe in God in the way that some people do. I don't believe in an entity in the sky. I believe in God as all-encompassing. Every single thing, every cell, every atom is God. We are God energy. The bunny I saw on my walk earlier is God energy. The deer that almost walked up to me last night while I was checking my mail is God energy. And these are the things that keep me going. And you might be seeing a lot of animals. You might be seeing a lot of numbers, synchronicities, 333, just numbers all in a row, 1111. You just might be getting a lot of signs from the universe and wondering what this all means. And you might be talking to people around you, hoping that they'll understand, and they don't get it. They don't get it because they're not having the same experiences as you. Most of the time when you're chosen to kind of wake up in this way, you're usually surrounded by people who aren't having the same experience as you, which kind of adds to this feeling of losing your mind, of kind of unraveling. But that's part of the process. Don't get confused. You have to unravel all this conditioning. And even if it feels like at times you're losing your mind, you're not losing your mind. Okay? What is that? What does that even mean? Keep your feet on the ground, stay grounded, meditate, connect with the earth, connect with your guides, connect with yourself, stay grounded. It's when I think what people mean when they're losing their mind is that they just kind of go way up here and they're all up in the ether, they're all up in their higher dimensions, and they're not actually rooted in this earth plane anymore. They kind of lost themselves. So don't lose yourself to this energy either. Don't lose yourself to your ego. There's a balance. Thank you, Spirit. A balance that's supposed to be had, like you're meeting in the middle. So I know this is a little bit all over the place. This is especially for the people that are just now awakening. But this is also a guiding light for the people that have been on this path for a while. A, to know that you're not alone. B, you're not losing your mind. C, don't listen to your ego. Don't let it control and dictate. Listen to your heart. And your heart and your ego are going to be telling you completely different things. And so many people are just programmed to go with whatever their ego mind is telling them. They think that's them. It's a voice. They're like, that's my voice. No, that's not your voice. The ego yells and the intuition whispers. So get past the yelling, and find that quiet whisper, confident whisper that isn't based out of fear. If whatever that voice is telling you is based out of fear, that's not your intuition. That's not your guides. That is your ego. Your ego is always going to be coming from a place of fear or a limited mindset at the very least. All right. So just if you need to replay this a few times to take notes, for those of you just getting started on the journey, and this is a lot of information, maybe this is the first time you're hearing any of this, feel free to watch this a few times or come back to it whenever you need it. Whenever you need a reminder to put your ego in check, that what you're doing is okay. That even if you take the road that makes no sense to anyone around you and everyone thinks that you're fucking crazy, then you're probably on the right path. Unfortunately, that is how this road plays out for many of us, and certainly for me. Okay? I thought I was losing my mind. I thought I was having seizures, but really I just see into other dimensions every day now. Every day. It's just a part of my life. Is it fun? No. Sometimes it's fun, but most of the time it's maddening and it makes me feel insane. But the more that I nurture my body, nurture myself, and listen to my soul and my guides and meditate every day, okay? Give gratitude every day. I have a long list of things. Spirit's really trying to get me to let you know that you're on the right track, okay? If that's the only thing you take from this, then it's a good thing that you listen to this, all right? And for everyone else that's just curious, your time might be coming, all right? We're all waking up. You might think I'm crazy now, but wait a couple months. I don't think it'll be much longer than that. I don't think it'll be a couple years is what I mean. Wait a couple months and you'll see. You're going to start unraveling too. But luckily for you, other people are going to have done it before you. Unlike some of us had to be the first ones. So we didn't have anybody guiding us forward. But the later on that you wake up, the more people you're going to have guiding you forward. And the more you're going to know that you're not doing this alone. This is us raising our vibration. This is us calling in a new era on this planet. Don't get distracted by all the craziness going on. That's only the old paradigm trying to pull us backward. Do what you can for the people around you. Do what you can for the people in need. Send love and prayers, but don't get stuck in the negativity. Don't get stuck judging people and feeling frustrated and getting angry because you're only adding to that war mentality. That fear mentality, okay? It breeds, just like love. So spread the love instead. Choose love. Lion, isn't that right, buddy? My cat agrees. So with all that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. If you're new, if you've already been here, I love you. I'd love it if you subscribed, like, comment, share. These are ways to contribute to my content, get it out to more people so that more people see it. And if you need a private reading, mentorship, or self-love and trauma coaching, you can check out my website at sacredmuseproject.com. I'll put it in the description box as well. Again, that's sacredmuseproject.com. I love you. See you next time.